What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We're here in holy matrimony. Now, we're not in holy matrimony, but we're here, and I thank you guys for being here. Today, we're going to start talking about, the topic for today is going to be sloth and how to overcome sloth. This demon of sloth is quite tricky. I will let you know. But let me know where you guys are watching from, streaming from, to all my platforms. We got TikTok in the house, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you guys, everybody. Thank you for being here because your attention is the most valuable thing in spirit. And that's actually what most of your spiritual warfare is about. It's just true. Texas. Yes, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody is well. Everybody that you care about, when you first greet them, you should ask them, how is your energy? Instead of how you're doing. Many people don't understand how to respond to that. So the default answer is good. And if somebody usually says, if they say, well, I'm not doing too well, you kind of get stuck in like a deer in the headlights. You're like, what do I do? What do I say? It's interesting to see. And if you're wondering why I'm clearing my throat so much, I just aspirated water before I started the live, and I tried to cough it all out. You guys know how it goes. But nonetheless, we're here in holy matrimony. Okay? Ask people, how is your energy? It gets them to actually reflect in the mirror and look at themselves. Okay? So we are going to start on talking about sloth, this demon of sloth. A lot of people are being tormented by this demon of sloth. And I don't want to diminish the experience, but remember, all life is spiritual. And I have a very unique question to ask you. Does everything exist? What do you think? Does everything exist? Yeah, it kind of does, huh? Everything must exist because we are in a thing called abundance. We are in a thing called infinity. Existence never really ends. If there's a wall and there's something on the other side of that, guess what? That too is also existence. So if if everything, or if existence is a cup, okay, everything is what is inside of the cup. And inside of the cup is existence, right? This is where the Milky Way, this is where Andromeda, this is where the grass, the trees, the diamonds, all of your cries, all of your laughter, all of your families, all of the grains of sand on the earth, Jupiter, all of everything exists here. Existence. There's nothing outside of existence. Everything that will be always is and was inside of existence. Inside of infinity. We call this abundance. So there's something unique that happens here. Because everything exists, there's a thing called life. And life itself has unique properties. Well, number one, it has definitions. Anything that humans discover, we try to rationalize it. We try to describe it in a unique way so that we can comprehend it and then use it in a type of way. So life, we've discovered life. We've discovered life itself. And the definition will amaze you. It always amazes me every time I hear it because it connects to so many other different things. The word life means spiritual existence imparted by God. Spiritual existence imparted by God. So when you have life, you know that God has allowed existence to express itself here. That's what life is. Now, there's a difference between life and things being alive. A rock has life. Is it alive? No. I have life. Am I alive? Yes. I am aware that I am aware. Kind of like the tesseract right there. There's so many different angles here that you can latch onto. And I want to let you guys know that Sloth, the demon of sloth, also exists and has life. And inside of existence, there are many different realms. There's the physical realm, there's the spiritual realm. There might be other realms that we've discovered that I'm unaware of at the moment, but the physical realm, we've discovered bits and pieces of the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm is far greater than we once thought. Some people think that because the spiritual realm is untouchable, meaning you can't touch it, you think it's fake. No, it's not fake. It's just it just exists on a different level or area than we do. That's just true. So then we have God and the devil and angels and demons and all of the spirit world, I want to let you guys know, is legal. It's all legal. It's all like order. It's all about order. It's about rules. It's about order of precedence. So you cannot assume that the spirit world obeys you when you more than likely are unaware of what the spirit world is. So how do you understand the rules if you don't understand what it even is? So life, rules, but today's about sloth. How does sloth fit into all of this yapathon that I'm doing now? Okay. Well, sloth is a sin, and it is considered one of the 7 deadly sins. But it is ruled by a demon called Belphegor. Belphegor is... I'm not going to get too far into who this demon is, but this demon is a ruler of sloth, and he attacks you inside of your mind. Okay? Sloth attacks you in your mind, not your brain, your mind. So how does sloth show up in real life? Well, you might want to start going to the gym, and all of a sudden not all of a sudden, you have to try and get some motivation. So you pull up some YouTube videos and you see these people working out, and you're like, oh my God, I could do it. and you take a step out of the house and you're like, wait, I need some headphones. Okay. Then you walk back in and you end up saying, wait, I need some better gym shoes because now you're wearing boots. You can't wear boots in the gym. Okay. So then you go back and you get some shoes. And then now you're like, ugh, I need some gym clothes. You're in your jeans and your shirt. You can't go to the gym in jeans and shirt. Okay, so you go back in, you change. And then, oh, I need to have my a good workout routine. Okay, so this is sloth in a very clever way. This is sloth in a very, very clever way. Now, clever means an expert at stealing, an expert thief. So when people call you clever, take offense to it. They're saying that you can steal things without people knowing. That's what clever means. People associate clever with intelligent or knowledgeable or being smart, able to retain information and regurgitate it. That's not clever. Clever is asking your mom for a cookie. She says no, and you go ask your dad for one because he never says no to you. That's clever. So sloth is not about laziness, but sloth can easily be detected as or inside of a lazy person. Okay, lazy is the fear of action. If you are lazy, lazy is a type of fear. So, yes, sloth does induce laziness. Sloth does encourage you to be lazy. Sloth cannot make you be lazy. He can't pick your hand up. Spirits cannot touch you and move you like this. That's Hollywood. They don't exist in the physical realm. They exist in the spiritual realm. Okay, we went over that. But sloth, Belphegor, laziness exists in many different ways. So, because Belphegor attacks your mind, he attacks your vision. Okay, he attacks your sight. Excuse me. And your sight includes a whole bunch of different things. So sight is like a broader term for your imagination, for your vision, for your dreams, for your hallucinations. Ashley, that's the word, hallucination. That's what I was talking to you about this morning. Your delusion. Okay, delusions are bad. Hallucinations, everybody hallucinates. 100% of people hallucinate. If you are imagining yourself a successful business owner, guess what? You have to hallucinate to do that. If you are imagining yourself poor, broke, lonely, guess what? You also have to hallucinate to do that. But delusional is bad. Okay? But So Sloth, Belphegor, attacks you in your mind. And in your mind, what you don't know is that there are many different compartments that your mind governs. So there's your brain, and then you have your mind. Your brain is the organ, the fleshy thing that thinks. Okay, your brain thinks, your mind reasons, and your mind is. I say this all the time. Your mind is the source of. Sorry, I need to put my hands down because my hands are taking up too much bandwidth. There you go. So your mind is what is controlling your imagination. Your mind is where you receive and you detect emotions at. Your mind is where you dream from. Your mind is where you reason. This is where you discern things. Okay, this is a pencil and this is an elephant. Okay. Oh, so reasoning is how do I use a pencil? Is a pencil a weapon, or is a pencil a tool used to write things? Okay. So your mind is powerful. And I understand a lot of people say, the Bible says the mind is the devil's workshop. The Bible does not say that. The Bible does not say that. So the Bible says idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece and idle hands are the devil's workshop. Okay, so, but it's still true though. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. That is true. And what is an idle mind? I'm chasing a rabbit down a rabbit hole. Okay, what is an idle mind? So idle. Take the example of you starting your car on a cold morning, and this cold morning, what ends up happening? You walk outside, you turn your car on, you turn the heat all the way up so that when you get in the car, it's not ice cold. So you go back in the house, you finish breakfast, you talk to your family, your dogs, all that good stuff. You go outside. So what was happening to your car while it was idling? Well, it was processing. It was on and it was in motion, but stationary. So idling is unmanaged process. Okay, when you are idling, you are not managing a process. So an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yes, because when you're not managing your mind, demons will. When you're not managing your lips, and idle lips, okay, are the devil's mouthpiece. That's true, okay? When you are sitting there washing dishes and you end up talking or cursing out your ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, but they're not there. You're not managing how your lips are operating. So now you're putting curses out into the world. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And so in idle hands, okay, do you just willy-nilly shake hands or hug people? Do you allow people to touch you randomly? Some empaths receive information through touch. And what ends up happening is when you just touch anybody, you receive through anybody. And that's not good. Okay? So anyway, the demon of sloth. Okay? The demon of sloth attacks your mind. He attacks your sight. Okay? More and most importantly, he attacks your hallucination and your imagination. This is where Belphegor targets people at. Okay, so your hallucination is the projection of the image that you are entertaining. Okay, your hallucination is the projection of the image that you are paying attention to. You paid for the image, right? This is why it's called paying attention. You are paying attention for an image. And once you get this image, you have to project it somehow. The projection of that image is called a hallucination. So thank you for the love, Casey. So, quite often, okay, when an image is presented to you, it goes unverified. You don't examine where it came from. And this is the very first step of discernment. Okay? The very first step of discernment, well, not first step, okay, yeah. The very first step of discernment is observation. You need to observe what's actually happening. not with feelings, not with emotion, but sometimes you are observing emotions or feelings. But you have to be able to step out of that, become like the butterfly or the fly on the wall, and just look. So when you are so the first step of discernment is observation. The very next step in discernment is verification. You need to verify who sent this, which God sent this to you. Okay, so the presentation of an image is called intuition. Okay, when God or the devil or an angel or a demon presents an image to you, that's called intuition. Okay, the word intuition means spiritual perception. Okay, the word intuition literally means spiritual perception. So the intuition is how God talks to you, or the devil talks to you, or demons or angels. Intuition is not always good. Okay, intuition is not always good. You might think intuition is always good. It always saves you. Oftentimes it does. Oftentimes it is here to help you. But when you are thinking or have thoughts of doing bad things to people who don't even know you, what ends up happening is that is you paying attention to an image presented to you by a demon. Okay, so the demon of sloth presents different images in your mind, and I want you guys to understand images don't appear as like color all the time in your mind. Your mind is very complex, just like your brain is. So your mind can receive images in many different forms. Like you can receive an image as a sound, or a taste, or a type of scent, or a type of color. It may be like a picture, but it might not be. Okay, so images come in so many different ways, but it all happens in your mind, not your brain. So sloth, works very hard to detect or to present images of comfort in your mind. Things need to be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, it must be evil. This is what Belphegor says. Oh, you want to go back to the gym? Oh, no, it's just too hard. People are going to laugh at you. People are going to be staring at your body. You're not going to be as strong as the others. It's going to be too much work to drive there. Or maybe you don't have a car and you have to take the bus. And, sloth will get into your mind and present an image and say, oh, I have to take the bus? Nah, I'll just pass. Sloth gets people to obsess over being comfortable. Okay? Sloth gets people to obsess with being comfortable. Okay? And if you don't understand what comfort is, okay? Comfort is when growth has stopped. Comfort is when growth has stopped. And I want you to understand what the word pain means. There's a phrase, it says, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. That phrase is here for a reason. You have the word pain, and the word pain means the agony endured by Christ. Now, Christ, Jesus, Yahweh, the Most High, the Prince of Peace, there's a word, or his name actually has a definition. Okay, like my name is Kyle. I know it's a weird name, but my name has a definition. My name means a strait of water between two islands. Okay, that's what my name means. Now, if you know what your name means, let me know in the comment section. I definitely want to figure out if you know what your name means. But if you break the word Christ down more, it means the chosen one. That's literally what the word Christ means. So if you put all that together, broken down so a sixth grader can understand it, pain means the mental agony endured by the chosen one. Okay? Pain. The mental agony endured by the chosen one. Oh, somebody on Instagram said, man from the north. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Okay, very good. So, sloth, okay, sloth is, oh, yeah, wait, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So, pain is required for growth, okay? If you are chosen, if you have a spiritual gift, if you're a leader, if you're a teacher, if you're an empath, if you are, an evangelist, if you have charisma, you must go through pain. You must. But the thing is, Belphegor, the demon of sloth, gets people, it tricks people into thinking that pain is hurt. And pain and hurt are not the same thing. And somebody on Instagram asked, is it possible to get a recording of this teaching? No, but you can review this because I'm streaming to my YouTube and it will be posted on my YouTube after this is over. So you can always go back to my YouTube and go through my live streams there. All right. So when pain is presented to you, when you are growing, the demon of sloth will present an image of hurt. Okay, it comes with hurt. Now, hurt and pain are not the same thing. The word hurt, it means to wound or to injure. Hurt lasts for a long time. Hurt lingers. So if I break my leg and the bone's sticking out, I don't know what the bone's called. I probably should know, but I don't. You now know, okay, that I probably can't walk the same ever again. Now, if I was a professional athlete, probably won't be playing in that professional sport, okay? And so no pain, no gain. So there's like these alpha male like podcasts and stuff like that, and channels, and some of their things that they speak about is you have to love the pain, and that's absolutely true. Okay, I don't agree with some of the stuff that they say, but that I do agree with. Okay, you need to fall in love with the pain. Love it. If the moment you experience pain is the moment that you go into spiritual warfare against Belphegor. And I mean it wholeheartedly. Okay? Sloth. You will go into battle with Belphegor. And this is going to go on in your brain. And so I want to talk a little bit about another area where sloth rules that many people don't understand. And this is where, this is all of your addictions. Right? if you're a drug addict, if you're an alcoholic, if you're hooked on pornography, if you just have to eat Cheez-Its, you know, it's chasing that high. Okay, remember, sloth gets you to obsess with being comfortable. Everything in your mind must be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, it's evil. This is what sloth convinces you. And the thing with being presented images and believing them in your mind is that once your mind accepts an image as true, it then passes it to your brain. And then your brain starts to piece reality and detect patterns that coincide with what your mind just sent it. So, for example, if I tell you, or if I was able to get into your mind, I would be and say that peanut butter and jelly is poison. If I was able to present that image in your mind, not just you hearing me, but like if I'm in your mind and I'm saying peanut butter and jelly is poison, don't ever eat it. Now, once you believe that, your brain then begins to try to create patterns of relatability with that image in your mind. Now, if you're looking at your computer, you're like, is this also poison? Well, it folds, it's a laptop, and it folds kind of sandwichy like a piece, like a sandwich kind of, it's not a sandwich, it's a laptop. So your brain literally does this. All right. So, when you are moving about here, your all of your addictions are controlled by sloth because you're only working for that hit of comfort. Science calls it dopamine, I think, or maybe some other chemicals, but remember, if it exists, it has life. And life is the spiritual existence imparted by God. And guess what? Everything exists. Do you believe that? Everything exists. Every time I try to wrap my reasoning around that, maybe that's like the nerd in me, but everything exists. There's nothing that does not exist. Even nothing exists. Thought about that? Even the concept of nothing, that also exists. It's wild. Anyway, so your addictions are usually, they are tied, you're getting tag teamed by two demons here. If you are hooked on something, if you're hooked on pornography, Coca-Cola's, Pepsi, Snickers bars. I remember when I was like 12 years old, I had to have a Snickers bar every day after school. I don't know why. Well, it felt like I didn't know why, but now I do. All right. So, the two demons that team up with your addictions are Belphegor, but before Belphegor is your it's Leviathan. So it's Leviathan and Belphegor. Why? Because wait, is it Leviathan? No, it's Asmodeus. Excuse me. I apologize. It's Asmodeus. Okay, so Asmodeus, the demon of distraction. This is the ruler of another deadly sin of lust. Okay, Asmodeus is the ruler of lust. So when you are addicted to anything, the image the distraction has to be presented to you first. And lust, the word lust means the source, any source of pleasure or delight. Any source of pleasure or delight. So when you are building your kingdom or your queendom, oftentimes you are operating in your purpose, and then you will be presented an image in your mind of, let's say, alcohol, a bar, or sleeping or resting, and it might be the middle of the day, and you're like, whew, a beer sure would be nice right now. Or, man, if only I could just take a 15-minute nap, and now you're walking around complaining. The presentation of that image was done by lust. Because lust is the vector point of demons. Lust is the vector point. Okay, lust is the demon it's like the gateway into all of the other ones. So lust distracts you. Okay, lust is the distracting demon. So when you are addicted to anything, first it comes through Asmodeus. Then after that, it goes to Belphegor, Sloth. Okay, Sloth is the maintenance demon. Is one of many maintenance demons. Okay, this demon maintains your stagnation, keeping you comfortable. This is why you need to be comfortable. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, and just do nothing. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, and ruin your life. Hurry up, and don't write your book. Hurry up, and, take a nap that lasts 3 hours on Sunday when you probably should be cleaning your house. So there's something else. There's no rule. There's nothing in any book that says life is supposed to be easy. Now, life is simple. Life is simple, but it is not easy. So, simple means like few steps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, simple. Easy, it's like a lack of effort. Okay, life is not about that. Just think about the seed. Imagine if you were a seed and you were planted. If you wanted the easy life, do you think you would grow? Gravity's going against you. People are stepping on you. Water's trying to drown you. Bugs and mold and everything else is trying to ruin your life. You're just a seed underneath this soil, and it's dark, and you're scared. If you wanted the easy way, you would never grow. No pain, no gain. But sloth wants you to stay underneath the soil. Belphegor wants you to stay underneath the soil. And I cannot motivate you enough. You have to have it in you. So if it's just okay. So how to defeat sloth? I hear this now. Give me tools and tips, okay? Tools and tips. 1, you have to stay on schedule. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. You don't need encouragement. You need discipline. You need discipline. And how can you stay disciplined? You need tenacity. Number 1, tenacity. Tenacity means quality of holding firm. The quality of holding firm. Can you stick to what you say? Okay. Holding firm is like you hanging on monkey bars. That's tenacity. Okay. That's tenacity. And the quality of holding firm is, do you have help? Like, are you, do you have wrist straps on so you can hang on a little longer? Okay. And how that works in real life or in your business is, instead of you answering all of the emails or the DMs, why not just use AI to give like an automated response? Okay. Instead of, trying to scale by yourself, why not hire somebody to help you? Like, why not pay somebody to edit your videos instead of you editing them yourself if you can afford it, right? That's what tenacity looks like in real life. And if you are relying on motivation in order for you to defeat Belphegor or Sloth, that's another trick of Sloth. Remember, Belphegor is very clever. Okay, motivation feels good. Okay, and Sloth is he gets you to obsess over being comfortable. So you think that you need to be comfortable to grow, then Sloth has already got you again. It's like he just moves around different ways to get you to stay down. So tenacity is one thing that you need in order to stay disciplined, number one. But number two, you need integrity. Remember that in the beginning of this live, I said idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece? That's true. With a show of hands in the comment section, okay, with a show of hands in the comment section, how many of you have lied to yourself in your life? How many of you have lied to yourself in your life? Oh, I'm going to start writing my book. Did you? No, you lied to yourself. How many of you have said, oh, I'm going to start my business soon? Did you? No. How many of you business owners said, I'm going to hire a marketing specialist, but never did? Okay. So what that does, see, I'm getting some hands. This is good. So what that does is it erodes confidence. Okay. You are now eroding your confidence. And if you are eroding your confidence, then that means you don't trust yourself. Okay? Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. We already know speaking is casting spells. Okay? When we speak, we are casting spells, good or bad. You're either blessing or you are cursing. There's nothing in between. Okay? There's nothing in between. So, what you need to do is, before anything comes out of your mouth, you need to verify what you are saying and who it came from. Okay? Stop venting. Venting feels good. That might be another trick of Sloth, of Belphegor, to keep you down. But venting is spiritual transfer. Why do you think whenever you get something off of your chest, you feel better and the other person doesn't feel good? Okay? When somebody's venting to you, why after they're done venting, you're like, man, I'm ready to beat this person up. Like the person that wronged you, now I'm ready to call the cops on them, right? Ooh, he did that to you. I'm ready to do something to him now. It's because that demon inside of you came into me, and now you feel better, but I don't. Venting is spiritual transfer. This is idle lips, okay? Gossiping is idle lips. Gossiping is a sin. Why is gossiping a sin? I feel like I'm talking to somebody right now. Why is gossiping a sin? Because you are teaming up with somebody to supercharge a curse against somebody. This is why gossiping is a sin. You are cursing somebody with somebody else. So building your confidence means having a better system of communication. Okay, it means having a better system of communication. You need to learn, or you need to adopt what I'm about to tell you with your whole heart. I hate talking. I love communicating. If you adopt that, your idle lips will go right out the window. I hate talking. I love communicating. You need to stop making noise with your mouth and start speaking gospel. Start speaking life into people. Start speaking life into yourself. Start asking questions that are going to build yourself, to build your business, build your health, to get you out of that slump that you've been in. You need to start using your mouth for good. And there's only two things, good and bad. And if you think that there's anything else, there's only light and dark. There's nothing in between. There's no gray area. So, with that being said, building your confidence, okay? Building your confidence is required, okay? And to do that, you need to start watching how you speak. Don't commit to anything that you aren't ready for. If anybody says, "Can I talk to you right quick? I'm going through something." Maybe maybe they're depressed and they just need a helping or a shoulder to lean on. What the correct thing most of us think that we're supposed to do is say, "You know what? I'm here for you. I'm always here for you." But you might be dealing with Jezebel. You might be dealing with Sloth. You might be dealing with Mammon, the demon of greed. You might be dealing with gluttony, the demon Beelzebub. You might be dealing with anxiety, and now you want to take on something else. Why do people think that they can take on everybody's issues? Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. That's what the Bible says. Okay? You need to be able to have a system of communication. Somebody on TikTok says no is a complete sentence, and that's absolutely true. No. Do you know that the word no means it means life? The word no, it means life. Very interesting, huh? The word no, it means life. So when you say no, you are preserving life on some level. So let's say you are the seed again. Once again, here we are. We're planted underneath the soil. It's dark. It stinks. There's manure. There's bugs. There's people stomping. It gets hot. It gets cold. But the moment you say no, you begin to fight gravity. You begin to understand that darkness is not even real. It's just the absence of light. And you're moving back towards light. So you're fighting. You have to say no. So the growth of that seed is the personification of what life is. The word no literally means life. So you must verify what you are going to say first. It doesn't matter how you feel. Okay? How you feel, feelings are only a detection method. That is only a thing that you are using to detect things. So your eyeballs is a tool of feeling. Your tongue or your taste buds is a tool of feelings. Your sense of touch is a tool of feeling. Your ears, right? Your spirit. All of this is a tool of what feeling is. So when you feel, you need to understand it's not you. Excuse me. You are not feeling. You are detecting that. So there's color outside of me. Okay? I see colors. I see tools. I see screens. I see lights. I now know that is separate from me. So the same, and that's logic. That's it. That's an equation of logic there. If I can detect sadness, that means I am not sadness. Remember, idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. When you say, I am sad right now, oh, I'm so sad, that's a spiritual declaration of authority there. You now become sadness. And you wonder why when you say, I am sad, you don't want to be around people. It's not you. It's the sadness directing you. Sadness is now your leader. Sadness now makes decisions for you. Okay? This is very critical. Your mouth gets you into more trouble than you understand. Oh, I'm just broke right now. Congratulations, you're going to be broke. God's not going to beg you back. He's going to just create more people to do what you didn't. Oh, I'm not worth anything. God's not going to beg you to be worthy. He's just going to create more people that will be worthy and will thank him. This is what people don't understand. Like, God don't need me. God don't need you. He created us. But nonetheless, sloth. I got off topic. Okay? Tenacity. Tenacity makes sloth angry. When you are tenacious, when you are able to hold firm on your purpose, you will make sloth mad. In Revelations, it talks about the seven-headed beast, meaning once you have one demon, you have them all. That's how I interpret it. If you have sloth, you also have lust. If you have lust, you also have greed. If you have greed, you also are envious. Glutton, like all this stuff. It all kind of just works together. And what ends up happening is one demon is usually prevalent at a time. Two demons cannot attack you at once. You can't be greedy and lustful in the same moment. You can't. Only God can. God is the only thing that can be everywhere at the same time. So, I want you guys to understand that, another way that you can defeat sloth is staying on track. Okay? Stick to the plan. Stick to your plan. But to have your plan, you need purpose. To have your plan, you need purpose. Who in here knows their purpose? If you know your purpose, put your purpose down in the comment section. Okay? Put your purpose down in the comment section if you know what your purpose here is on earth. Now, quite oftentimes, a lot of people don't know their purpose. They don't really have plans. They can't plan. They don't use their calendar. And this is something so important that people should understand. Okay? There's order. There is a unique order about things. Because everything that God created, there's a design. And all designs have applications. And these applications are used in many processes that we hold today. Okay? So we were created, humans, in His image. God told us that we humans are in His image. We are God's AI. We are the artificial intelligence imitating God. We have a lot of God-like qualities. Dogs do not. Trees do not. A piece of metal does not. Plastic does not. They are not made in the image of God. Humans are. And because of that, He told us our design. Okay? He told us our design. And our design is something that should be studied because it gives us purpose. Okay? But whatever your purpose is, you then can create or develop plans to achieve that purpose or to satisfy that purpose. Not plans, goals. So first is creation. Right underneath that is goals. Okay, creation, purpose, goal, plans. Okay, humans, where we have the ability to interject is in the goal place. Okay, we don't get to decide our purpose. We can only discover it. Okay, we don't get to decide our purpose. We only discover it. Some people don't discover their purpose and they live an unfulfilling life. Okay, so but when we discover our purpose, we then can decide on goals to satisfy the purpose. And in every one of our goals, we then can create plans to achieve those goals. It's kind of like Legos here. I'm like building on Legos. I hope it's making sense. So, and then on top of that, or next, each one of your plans that will satisfy the goal, you then have schedules, like you time block, you prioritize things, okay? And this is where your calendar comes in. How many people use their calendar? I do. Okay? You should use your calendar every single day. How many people journal and review their day at the end of the day? I do. Your day should be super important to you. Where did I make progress? What lessons did I learn? Okay? It's not failures, it's lessons. So when you understand this, Sloth, the demon of Belphegor, will be extremely upset. And it's so strange because even though Sloth is the demon of laziness, he's the demon most at work. Because as soon as you start moving in your purpose, you get like he comes into your mind and tries to attack you. You know, he presents you images of like, oh, you shouldn't do that because it's just too much work. Okay, and okay, so this is pretty much my whole spiel for today. So thank you everybody for coming. I want to invite everybody. Remember, I have a free bi-weekly call. It's free, 100% free. It's on Zoom. It's in the description, in my bio, and you can join and just wait. It's almost full. It's full, I think, for like a couple of months, but then I think the last one still has some openings. But you can come in and join. It's free. Okay, free, 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 free. Zero money. And I have a lot of free stuff for you. I do. Okay, it's also in my bio. If you're suffering from procrastination, I have a free 10-step checklist for you. Download it. It's free for you to use every day. If you're an empath, I have checklist and a 30-day workbook for you for free. Okay, 100% free. Just go download it. I have a whole bunch of free stuff. Now I have some paid stuff too. I have ebooks. I have a piece called Love. If you're in your spiritual awakening, if you're curious about what spirit is and spirituality is, how to love, how to forgive. People don't know how to forgive. They hold grudges their entire life. It's insane. You know, it's insane. So then, so there's a piece called Love. Then I have The War on Procrastination. That's another ebook. And that ebook is it's a step-by-step spiritual battle plan for people to learn how to defeat the 3 demons that make you procrastinate. Okay, Belphegor, Asmodeus, and Leviathan, or Ashtaroth. Okay, Ashtaroth. So that book is a step-by-step spiritual battle plan. You can definitely get your copy today. I have a book for empaths, The Eye of the Empath, and this ebook it helps empaths describe understand what the overwhelm that they experience is. Okay, I'll tell you in a moment how to discover your purpose. Okay, so and if you want to go deeper, I have mini courses out. Okay, one of my mini courses is called Imagination for Empaths, but really what that is, it's so that you can master your imagination, so you can master your mind. And your imagination is not fake. Your imagination is it's a faculty of the mind that forms and manipulates images. That's what the word imagination means. So it's inside of your mind, and it's part of your mind. It's like a piece of your mind, and it's used for images, like any type of image, an image that is presented to you, or an image that you are working on, or an image that you want to project and send to somebody else. If you don't manage your mind, demons will. So I thought it was that important for me to create that mini course. I have another mini course. It's the Spiritually Disciplined Leader. This mini course is definitely for people tormented with procrastination. Okay, this mini course breaks down the 3 demons in detail. It also gives you step-by-step, like more of a step-by-step battle plan, way more in depth than the ebook. And also, there are extra special additives in each of those mini courses specific to the mini course. Also, I am a one-on-one coach. You can always schedule some time with me. My Zoom calls for one-on-ones are not free, but you can always schedule. Just click the link and figure it out. It's very straightforward. Now, last thing, and then I will get off of here. How to discover your purpose. That was a question. Okay. One, you are born with your purpose. So if the most simple way is you discover your own purpose. That's the most simple way. You just discover it yourself. And the word find, the word find means to stumble upon in study, or it also means to discover. So when you are discovering your purpose, you almost certainly are studying something. You are in the books. You are looking on Google, trying to figure out what a marketing, scheme is, or what color you need on your banner. Okay. So discovering your purpose usually occurs when you are trying to figure out life itself. Okay? And I mean that wholeheartedly. When you are trying to figure out life itself, you will come very close to God. Because remember, life is spiritual existence imparted by God. Spiritual existence imparted by God. And when you are figuring out spiritual existence and why God put this here, and how does the bird sing, and why do the bees pollinate, and God will talk to you in a type of intuition. Remember, intuition is when God talks to you or when the devil talks to you. Intuition is not always good, but it is when you are looking at the devil or God. Okay. So the next way to discover your purpose is you are in the presence of a teacher. Okay. And Jesus is a teacher. Osho is a teacher. Buddha is a teacher. Teacher is a spiritual gift. Teaching is a spiritual gift. Educating is not a spiritual gift. There are two different things, okay? The people who are in your elementary schools, in your high schools, your universities, those are not teachers per se. They very well are educators. And education is very necessary. It's needed, but education is an introduction of old information. Information telling you that Christopher Columbus is a hero. Okay, information telling you, that the founding fathers of the United States of America were all heroes. Okay, they were not bad people. So that's education, but teaching. A teacher meets the person where they are at in the moment. They pass information from God to the person. Okay. So, different types of teachers. You have your prophets, you have your mediums, you have your psychics, you have your fortune tellers, your tarot card readers, all this stuff. And those are teachers. Yes. It is a spiritual gift, but just like an empath, you can use your empath gift for bad. We call that a dark empath. You can use your teaching gift for bad as well. Okay? This is why like mediums and psychics and tarot card readings are not good. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be like prophesy. Okay? Do it in God's name, not in your own name. So be in the presence of a teacher, and a teacher will expose your purpose for you. All right. Yes, teachers can be from the dark. But with that being said, I done yapped enough. So I am going to call it a day. Thank you guys for coming. We will be here next week. The topic next week will be on service. And this is especially important if you have a business. If you are looking to develop a business, if you're looking to gain more money and put more money in your pocket. Next week, this service or this live stream is for you. It's going to be on the topic of service. And somebody on Instagram said, "Can you pray for me?" No. Nobody should be praying for you. Nobody should be talking to God on your behalf for you because you don't know their intentions. Don't let anybody pray for you. No. Okay. With that being said, I'll stick around for just a little bit more, drink some water, and if anybody has any questions, put them in the comment section, and I will come back on and answer them. All right, we do have a question. Somebody asked me, what day and time of week do I go live? I go live every Friday. What is it? Around, I think it's 9:30 Alaskan time. That's all I can say. 9:30 Alaskan time every Friday. 9:30 Alaskan time every Friday. I would always encourage people to go subscribe to my YouTube. You get the best experience visually over on YouTube, and I'm trying to grow YouTube more. Okay, so why don't you open up boxes? Well, I'm actually using a streaming software, so the way how I'm able to do it on TikTok is through like the gaming selection, and you cannot come up with that. But I do not enjoy the live talks like the boxes. It doesn't really get progress for the mass. So that's why, those two reasons. All right, guys, I am out of here.